Well, the rain has finally subsided. The sun slowly starting to creep through here on the Central Coast for round 6 of Football New South Wales NPL men's action. It is the Battle of the Beaches as the Central Coast Mariners Academy play host to Manly United. Pete Pryor with you on the call this afternoon. An absolute pleasure to have your company as always, wherever it is that you may be watching from. We'll bring you the team news for each of these sides. For the home side, of course, the Central Coast Mariners Academy, a couple of key omissions this week. Bailey Brantman and Cher Deng both drop out as they only landed back from their Indian sojourn this morning with the senior side's AFC Cup run, of course. Returning in goal this week, number 40, Dylan Pariah-Cullen. Number 2, the ever-present Michael Paragalli. Wearing the number 4 at the heart of defence, Andre Parks. Number 5, Harry Menem. Number 8, and captain for today, Lucas Shikluna. The 10 will be Lucas Smythe. The 11, Don Neon Guru. 12, Tay Headley. 16, Prayag Tapa. 33, Alex Guntunas. And number 39, Adam Hall. Makes a start this week for the Mariners. Mariners head coach, of course, Lucas Villela. We're very much hoping to bounce back from what he admitted was a shocking second half showing against Sydney FC in last week's Battle of the Academies down at Rockdale. For the away side, making the trip up from the Northern Beaches this afternoon, Manly United in goal, of course, the ever-present Levi Kay. The number 3, Zach Svilagoy. Number 4, Jesse Pires. The 6, Saxon Hillier. The 9, making a start this week, Ben Coop. The 10, of course, needs no introduction, Harry McCarthy. The 12, Miguel Bowther. The 16, Zane Alualia. 19, Alan Naganovich. 27, Corey Cronin. And 45, another one who's returning to his old stomping ground here in Bilal Belcardi. Referee Stephen Lucas has got us underway here at Plume Park for round 6. Manly United, of course, in their traditional blue strip with the white socks. The Mariners in their home kit of yellow and navy, of course. So just 2 changes this week for Patrick Svonsvik's Manly United. What a player he was, by the way. Another one who's no stranger to the Central Coast, championship winner with the A-League side back in 2013. Scored a goal in that grand final too against the Wanderers, don't forget. That was from a set piece. Manly have a set piece of their own here early in the first stanza. McCarthy's the right-footed option sending over this one. Instead, going straight for goal was Miguel Bowther, looking to add his second of the season. Scored last week in Manly's 1-1 draw against Rockdale, of course. The new signing, Miguel Bowther, of course, coming in at the start of this season. Harry Menem stretching to keep that one in the field of play. Looks like it may have been a hand involved there by Adam Hall, and Stephen Lucas says, yes, indeed there was. Paragalli. Manly just forcing their way over the halfway line. There's Coop. A layoff there as well for Hillier. Worked into the area in the direction of Ben Coop. Well defended. Last-ditch efforts. just as Ben Coop looked to pull the trigger. There's Andre Parks, the young centre-back there. Had a tough week at the office last week, did Andre Parks. Own goal in that 4-1 defeat at the hands of Sydney FC. Manly have the first corner of the afternoon. Swung in low towards Perry's. Little flick on there. Couldn't quite pick out a teammate, but they'll get a chance to reload here with Alawalia. Balva just letting it run and going down under a bit of contact. Admittedly, probably minimal contact. Stephen Lucas happy to just award the throw-in for Manly United. It's Belcardi. Alawalia. Little triangle there. Alawalia as well. Couldn't pick out a teammate. Concedes the free kick in the process as well. Shikluna. Forced all the way back to Pariah Cullen. Immediately harassed by McCarthy. 4 years on the Central Coast did Harry McCarthy as well. A very successful number of years as well. Winning the 2020, what was then known as the NPL 2. The double for the Mariners that year, or really a double-double, as they won both the under-20s and first grades premiership and championship in what was the shortened COVID-interrupted season. Real sprint to the finals that one was. What a day that was as well down at Valentine Sports Park for the young Mariners. So many of that team have graduated on to bigger and better things since. The likes of Dan Hall, regularly getting minutes in the first grade set up for the Mariners. Strong rumours is that he may be off to New Zealand next season with the new Auckland-based franchise. We'll wait to see how that plays out, of course. Alo Kuala also in the side that day, plying his trade with the first grade side as well in the A-League setup. Harry Steele, another one. The star on the night, though, I think it's fair to say, was Harry McCarthy, of course, with a brace. Here's Perez, raking crossfield ball for Alawalia. Good first touch to bring that one out of the sky as well. Is Belcardi. Keeping busy, buzzing around everywhere. Miguel Balva, who's dropped deep to get a couple of touches on the football, and, well, it's not the best pass you'll see from Manly's number 12 there. Not sure what he saw on the sideline, but it certainly wasn't a teammate. Possession certainly in favour of the Northern Beaches side so far in the early stages of this contest. About 6 or so minutes in here at Plume Park. Striding forward here is Svilagoy. That's a useful looking pass as well in behind Paragalli. Heavy touch at the end of it though from Corey Cronin, striding forwards. Nothing but a goal kick for his endeavours. There's Guntunis there, who's had a bit of a change of hairstyle this week, from the looks of it. A shock of bleached blonde hair. Football is an ever-changing fashion landscape anyway. I can't keep up, that's for sure. Someone who can keep up here, or just about, is Neon Kuru. Looking to turn on the afterburners there and get forwards. Well defended by Aganovic. Paragalli works it back with Andre Parks. Oh, he's just taken his eye off the ball momentarily and turns it over rather cheaply on the halfway line. They'll have it back though. Parks all the way back to Pariah Cullen. He's a very highly rated young player, is Andre Parks. 17 years of age. Neon Kuru, another one who's very highly rated. Scored just the one goal so far this NPL season, the South Australian product, formerly Adelaide, Croatia. Mind you, though, he's won 3 penalties. Handful for any defence is Don Neonkuru. He's made a good-looking run forward here. Ball is back with Headley, though, and he couldn't force his way through. Manly look to transition quickly. Good-looking layoff there from Ben Coop. Here's Cronin striding forward. Clips it in towards Balva. And Alualia, first touch is good. Second touch was nearly better. Drawing a smart-looking save from Dylan Pariah-Cullen. Had to stretch. And, you know, with his impressive wingspan, if he's stretching for it, he's certainly reaching. Speaking of reaching, Lucas Smythe stretching the legs to try and reach that one and keep it in play. He's prevented the goal kick, just a throw. The cry of box them in. The old Sunday League analogy coming forward from the Mariners here. Headley looks to do just that, but Alualia comfortably clearing. Giving Andre Parks a bit of a puzzle to figure out. It's fallen kindly for Ben Coop. Smartly defended by Paragalli, who will complete the task as well. That's expertly done from the Mariners right back. Had to cover quite a substantial amount of ground there as well, did Paragalli. Another new face at the Mariners, of course, Michael Paragalli, Canberra product as well. There's quite a few of them in this Mariners setup. Former school captain at Marist College. Now looking to forge a career in the beautiful game. Oh, speaking of beautiful, what a touch from Harry Medham that is. Good layoff as well. Adam Hall doesn't quite have his radar calibrated though. So through the opening 10 minutes here at Plume Park, still nothing to show for it from either sides. Very few clear-cut opportunities, really. Both sides just taking the opening exchanges to really feel each other out a little bit. Manly look to work their way out short from the goal kick, but it could be a case of when playing it out of the back goes wrong. Adam Hall was just about to pull the trigger on that one there, but for the timely intervention of Bilal Belkadi, who is seemingly everywhere. Oh, and putting himself about into that challenge as well. The yellow card is out immediately from Stephen Lucas. It's late. I think is probably the kindest way of describing that challenge from Bilal Belkadi. No stranger to the referee's notebook. Is a fiery competitor, is Bilal Belkadi. Came across to Manly from Wollongong last season. Prior to that, of course, he was another one who spent a few years here in the Mariners ranks. Guntunis. Head up and scanning for options in front, one of who is Adam Hall. He perhaps wasn't prepared for the pass, though, as he kind of turned his back on that one a little bit. Mariners will just go all the way back and recycle now. Here's Shikluna. Parks. Guntunis. It's his turn to try and switch the points of attack out in the direction of Neonkuru. Comfortably dealt with by Ben Cronin, and now he's got a bit of a chance to get forwards. Ben Coop. Cronin has continued his underlapping run, and he will receive the return pass. Gets around the outside of Parks. Sizing up the cross, which is straight into the legs of Andre Parks. So Rapids in transition are Manly United. Mariners will have to be alert to it. Paragalli's also, or already I should say, had to do a couple of very tidy pieces of defending. That time it was Andre Park's turn. They'll have another corner for their endeavour, though. Crowded penalty area. Swung in towards the back stick. Aganovic rising. So often a threat from those sorts of set-piece situations. Alan Aganovic, towering figure. Another corner here for Manly United. This time it's Baltha across to take. Stephen Lucas is having a couple of words. That massive body's there in the 6-yard box. Belcardi's making a real nuisance of himself as well. High and deep. It's hanging in the air for an age. Just about pops out for Hillier. Couldn't really get any contact on the strike. Aganovic will just give it the big up and under. Straight onto the roof of the net. The whistle had gone in any case. Great success for Manly United's under-20s in the earlier exchanges here at Plume Park. This is a free kick going the way of the Blues for the challenge on Baltha. They want to get on with it quickly. Here's McCarthy. Hillier exchanging passes with McCarthy. Mariners able to clear their ranks immediately in the direction of Smythe. Doesn't fall for him, though. Here's Alawalia. Belcardi forced back to Levi Kay. Hasn't had an awful lot to do in the opening 15 minutes, has Levi Kay. He'll have it back, though. Incisive pass, that from Svilagoy. Little flick on from McCarthy, who also just lets Adam Hall know he's there on the way through as well. They're coming together between those two. McCarthy just bundles Adam Hall off it. Wants the return pass from Belcardi. Doesn't quite reach him, though. Harry Menem, well, anywhere will do. Long it goes once again from Svilagoy. Alawalia occupying that wide area. Drills his cross straight into the body of Harry Menem. They'll have another corner. The corner counts really mounting for Manly United here. What is the delivery like this time from Miguel Baltha? Right on top of Dylan Pariah-Cullen, who, well, is 6'6" and always favourite to reach that one. Under immense pressure, though. Of course, 4 games taking place throughout the course of this afternoon and this evening in the NPL men's competition. Aganovic with another towering header, getting there ahead of Smythe. Parks heading that one back to Pariah-Cullen. Underway down at Sutherland at the moment. I'll block your ears if you don't like spoilers. At half-time, Sutherland's leading Marconi by 1-0. A couple of quizzical looks aimed in my direction, but I'm just reading what I've been given. Here's Tay Headley for the Mariners. Wants to isolate periods. Oh, dancing around 1 and 2 there, Tay Headley. That's lovely footwork. Gets the cross in as well, but too close to Levi Kay. He gets things on the move immediately. Baltha looks to just roll off the challenge of Shikluna there. Does so. Here's Hillier. Wide it goes for Cronin. This time they'll just look to play keep ball. Aganovic. Of course, other action throughout the course of the afternoon and the evening in the NPL men's competition. Spirits FC playing host to St George City. That one at the Arctic Circle of Christie Park. Crossfield ball from Pires. Here's a good one. Here's Hillier. Looks to swing it into the area first time. Pariah Cullen was off his line quickly and had to be to get there ahead of Ben Coop. Of course, 7 p.m. this evening, St George playing host to Sydney United. St George FC, of course. Paragali. Handy looking ball to get Neonkuru in behind. Goes down under the challenge. Stephen Lucas waving him immediately back up. Saying the challenge was all ball. The end result, just a corner. Well, we said Neonkuru has won 3 penalties from very similar sorts of circumstances already this season. Explosive pace that the Mariners' number 11 possesses. Variation on the corner. Works short to Headley, who looks to swing one in. He'll get a second bite at it here as well, will Headley. Well, maybe. Alawalia looking to prevent that. Good feet on the far touchline. Swung in towards Neonkuru. Pires gets there first, and the clearance is completed. Shikluna. That's a very handy-looking ball into the wide area. Comes in for Lucas Smythe. Neonkuru now. Wanted to take his defender on there, Don Neonkuru. May have been better advised to pull that one back across the face of goal, really. As now Manly have a chance to launch another counter-attack. McCarthy wants to go around Menham. Menham's not having a bar of that. You could see Harry Menham thinking about throwing himself into the challenge there against Alawalia. Very restrained at the end of it. He was sent off in round 1, was Harry Menham, in a similar sort of circumstance, going flying in against Shunta Nakamura against Sydney United. Back from suspension now, of course, and operating that left-back area. Here's Prayag Tapa. Looking to release Smythe, just a little bit too far ahead of the Mariners' number 10. Another one with big raps on him, though, is Harry Menham. Plenty of eyes watching him keenly over the next few months and even years. Alawalia all the way back to Levi K. Want to play their way out here. Aganovic finding Cronin and Hillier. Mariners applying, well, I guess it's a half press, really. Svilagoy. Baltha. McCarthy. Manly playing that, or playing their way through the half press to great effect. Baltha. Neonkuru doing some defending. Doing it just about well enough, but conceding a corner. Healthy turnouts here at Plume Park this afternoon as well for the battle. Short trip up the M1 for the Northern Beaches-based faithful. Towards Aganovic again. Whistle had gone. Aganovic craning the neck muscles. Couldn't quite guide it on target. It's really on top of him. Moot point anyway, as the Mariners will have a free kick. Ball really zipping across the deck here at Plume Park. Has been a fairly wet old afternoon here on the coast. Free kick going the way of the Mariners for the challenge on Neonkuru there. Aganovic unhappy about it. He doesn't have to be happy about it really, he just has to get on with it. Towards Paragalli on the edge of the box. It's pretty comfortably dealt with, it must be said. Here's Miguel Baltha, Belcardi and Alawalia now. Measuring the pass to try and release McCarthy in behind Menem. Menem gets there first, but McCarthy will pick it back up. Oh, that's fantastic defending from Harry Menem. Releasing Lucas Smythe. And now Prayag Tapa. Awaiting the supporting cast in the form of Menem and now Smythe again. Don Neonkuru thought about the shots. Opts to back onto his left and now back onto his right and is bundled off it. In a fair challenge, says Stephen Lucas. And once again, Manly look to break at breakneck speed. Here's McCarthy one-on-one with Hall. The two again tussling. It's been a really fascinating battle, both on and off the ball, between McCarthy and Adam Hall in parts this afternoon. It's not the first time they've come together, so keep your eye on that one. As we said, Mariners without a couple of absolutely key players this afternoon. One of their really main attacking weapons in the form of Bailey Brantman was over in India for the Mariners AFC Cup interzonal semi-final against Odisha FC, the second leg of that one. Lucas Vallela urging the Mariners to play forwards, which they duly oblige. A little layoff from Neonkuru for Paragalli and Shikluna. It's just run away from Tay Headley though. Cronin, clearance is straight into the chest of Paragalli. And then out into touch. The other player to miss out for the Mariners today, of course, Sherdeng, who's been ever present at the heart of defence. He's another one who looks a real prospect. Parks. Smythe dropping in between the lines to get on the ball. He's trying to search out Tay Headley. Cleared into touch once again by Cronin though. It's a fairly young Manly United side as well this season, in fairness. Corey Cronin, who was just on the ball, only turning 19 this season. 4 appearances so far in the first grade setup this season. Other players, the likes of Saxon Hillier, only 19. Even goalkeeper Levi Kay is a relative baby by goalkeeping standards, only 22 years of age. Zayn Alawalia, another young product, just 20. On the bench, the likes of Connor Rose, of course, just 21. A real attacking weapon as well. Younger brother of Lachlan Rose. Meanwhile, Manly Looking to lay one off here for Belcardi. He tries to free his feet on the edge of the area. Couldn't quite sort his feet out in time, though. Mariners clear their lines only as far as halfway. Svilagoy, and then back to Aganovic. Manly moving the ball with great zip and pace about it. Here's Alawalia. It's a lovely little passage of play on halfway to play their way out of tight spaces there from Manly, but the Mariners just about able to deal with the cross. Cleared as far as Neon Kuru, who is then fouled by Hillier. Long it goes, and it will be Neon Kuru to pick up on this one. Little nutmeg against Cronin as well, and this time Stephen Lucas does point to the spots. As Don Neon Kuru, who is so often the architect of defenders' demise, drawing the contact there from Cronin, Corey Cronin, of course. And the Mariners will go to the spot for the chance to break the deadlock here at Plume Park. It's the fourth penalty that Don Neon Kuru's won this season. Lucas Smythe has converted 3 from 3. There's a chance to convert 4 from 4. It is indeed. Never any doubts when Lucas Smythe steps up to the spot. He is absolutely ice cold. That's his 5th of the season as the Mariners take a 1-0 lead here at Plume Park. Well, it's 4 times this season that we've said penalty won by Neon Kuru, converted by Smythe. And he adds his 5th of the season. Manly now playing with renewed vigour, renewed urgency. Cronin advancing over halfway, just a throw in to show. Now 15 minutes to go until the interval here at Plume Park. I think it's probably fair to say that perhaps Manly United have had the better of general gameplay. It certainly isn't reflected on the scoreboard. The Mariners, to their credit, have definitely grown into this game as the minutes have ticked on, though. Pires, Belcardi. Again, fantastic ball speed from Manly. It's just a heavy touch, though, from Pires as the ball was once again really fizzed at him. I'm not sure that ball completely left the field of play there. On we go in any case. Aganovic. No options in front, so goes square to his centre-back partner in Svilagoy, who finds an option in front. In Alawalia, Pires wants to switch the point of attack out to the
That's the best thing you do.
Jeffrey Curious is also down on his haunches as well. They are just been a bit winded by that. Swung up high, deep in towards Coop. It's a good save again from Dylan Purai-Cullen. Not the first he's had to make today. Ben Coop maybe didn't quite get the direction he wanted on the header. Mariners goal survives, yes, another raid. Long it goes in the direction of Headley. Well, that's a bit of a physical mismatch between he and Aganovich. Towering figure as Manly United's number 19. So Headley a little bit more diminutive in stature. Here's Neon Kuru. Looking for Lucas Smythe, who goes down as well. Just the coming together between he and Svilagoi. Nothing doing, says Stephen Lucas, and on we go. Miguel Balza, Belcardi, Alawalia. Forced back again. Shikluna applying the press this time. Well done, Saxon Hillier as well to dance around the challenge there and looks to release a teammate in the form of Ben Coop. Harry Menem watched him all the way. Never mind Rosette, he sent that one into the next postcode. Miguel Balza. Inside for Harry McCarthy. One way and the other, Harry McCarthy. Straight at Dylan Purai-Cullen. A comfortable save for the Mariners gloveman there. I'll tell you what, wouldn't Harry McCarthy dearly love a goal on his return to Plume? Oof. Dylan Purai-Cullen, brave or foolhardy, I'm not sure which just yet. We'll call it brave for now, he's got away with it. The Mariners, well, maybe not for long, played straight to the feet of Ben Coop. Had he measured the pass a little bit better, Manly could have found themselves on level pegging, but as it stands, the Mariners' goal leading a little bit of a charmed life. That's a confidence from Purai-Cullen just moments ago, though. Dance around the challenge of Coop. Coop coming forward again to apply the press. Purai-Cullen taking no chances this time. And Manly United to equalise. It is their number 12, Miguel Balza. Has his second of the season. There's a couple of afters here as well. It's all sorted out rather quickly. Well, the Mariners had been living dangerously. Ball was cut back across the face and the finish was a simple one at the end of it for Manly's number 12, who adds his second of the season. Scored his opening goal last week against Rockdale. And suddenly, it's very much game on. Manly United now very much with their tails up here. I don't necessarily agree with the throw-in decision going the way of the Mariners, but on we go. Thrown into Lucas Smythe. Good strength from the Mariners' number 10. Tries to bustle his way past Svilagoy. Svilagoy's gone down here. He's holding his face, and the Manly physio is being waved on rather urgently by Bowther and Alawalia. Lucas Smythe as well. It's like a bit of a coming together between the two. Oh, yes, there's a bit of claret around the heads of Zach Svilagoy there. Occupational hazard as a centre-back, I suppose, especially when you're coming up against the likes of Lucas Smythe. Oh, yes. We've just had Football New South Wales photographer James Walker with a shot of that one there. He's shown me on the screen of the camera, and he's going to need some running repairs, let's just say that. Well, it gives both sets of players a chance to head over and grab a drink and maybe some further instruction from their respective coaches. We see Patrick Svonsvik there on the Manly bench offering some advice. Still so fondly remembered, of course, for his time on the Central Coast at the Mariners A-League side is Patrick Svonsvik. As we said, scorer in their maiden grand final victory back in 2013 down at the Sydney Football Stadium against the Wanderers. Often hailed as one of the A-League's greatest imports. On the other bench, of course, for the Mariners, Lucas Villela, very much a coach just really starting out in his career. A Brazilian, recently completing his A licence back in his native Brazil. Won the premiership last season with the Mariners under-20s and takes the top job this season following the departure of Abbassad. Well, Svilagoy will have to leave the field of play. He's probably going to be rather bandaged up when he comes back on, I would say. So Manly down to 10 men for the time being. Mariners looking to take full advantage immediately with Tay Headley. All the passing lanes are blocked off. He goes back to Menem. Guntunis, the handy-looking ball for Lucas Smythe. Manages to retain it. Lucas Smythe sliding one in behind for Hall. Cut back across the face. There's no one attacking it, though. You'd think they'd be queuing up for an opportunity like that, but it's all too easy. They'll get another go here. Menem. A couple of step-overs. Creative from the left-back. Hung up towards the back stick. Lucas Smythe is just behind it, though. He will pick it up in the end, Lucas Smythe. Clipped in towards Headley. It's a fantastic last-ditch challenge. I think that's Miguel Bowther. Was there anything he can't do? Scored the equalizer just a few minutes ago, of course, Miguel Bowther, and preventing what was just about a certain goal. I'm sure if we had everyone's favourite stat, XG, that would have to score reasonably highly. Levi K. Falls kindly here for Lucas Smythe. Again finding Headley. Now Hall on the volley. Well, he went for the spectacular, did Adam Hall, and I tell you what, that could have just about been goal of the week. A contender for goal of the season potentially from Adam Hall had he got that right. In the end, posing no real threat on Levi Kay's goal though. Speaking of goal of the season contenders, Harry McCarthy, of course, in round one for Manly United. Spoke to him pre-game very briefly about it. He seems to think everyone's already forgotten about it. I'll tell you what, Harry, I certainly haven't. Here's Headley for the Mariners. Industrious. Busy. Striding forwards. Perez had just about enough of that and dragging back the Mariners number 12 in the end. We're through the regulation 45 minutes for the first stanza of this one. Into time added on, and the Mariners will have a free kick in a fairly interesting sort of position. Will be the outswinging right-footed delivery. Comfortable enough for Svilagoy, who's rejoined us. Alawalia looking to release Belcardi immediately. Adam Hall was back quickly, and it's a good challenge as well from the Mariners 39. Here is Svilagoy. Good to see him back out there. It's a handy-looking ball as well in the direction of McCarthy. Paragalli comfortably enough dealing with it. Aganovic will keep it in the field of play, though. Cronin, good feet from the 27. Progress is halted, though, as is Tay Headley's. Illegally so, says Stephen Lucas, much to the dismay of a couple of the Manly United faithful. Jesse Perez certainly making his feelings known. Perhaps taking a couple of liberties with the captain's armband there, Jesse Perez. Stephen Lucas wants the Mariners to get on with it, and get on with it they do. Again, you can see Lucas Vallela on the touchline there, urging the Mariners to get forward. Instead, they're forced back under the pressure. And it's a dangerous ball out from Pariah Cullen. Saxon Hillier just unable to reel that one into his grasp in the end. Heavy first touch. Pariah Cullen gets away with one. Aganovic looking for Alawalia. Straight into touch though. Little flick on there from Lucas Smythe. Well, that's normally something you might expect from Mate Busek, who's another one who's missed out today. Did feature heavily in the under-20s match earlier. Here's Neon Kuru. Not for long, though. Halted by Cronin. And Stephen Lucas says that'll do for the first stanza of this one here at Plume Park. It's been a fascinating, intriguing contest so far for the opening 45. Lucas Smythe opened proceedings after Don Neon Kuru won his fourth penalty of the season. Lucas Smythe, as always, ice cold from the spots, but didn't last long. Miguel Balther scoring his second of the season just moments later. The composed strikers finish. So we're one apiece at the break. We're off to a short break here at Plume Park. Join us for the second half in about 15 minutes' time. Well, a very warm welcome back to Plume Park here on the Central Coast for round 6 action of the New South Wales NPL men's competition. Currently locked at 1 apiece, goals to Lucas Smythe and Miguel Balza. Sees us all square. Referee Stephen Lucas is back out with us, as are both sets of players. The whistle blows and away we go for the second stanza of this one. The Mariners this half kicking from left to right on your screens and immediately looking to go forward in the direction of Nyonkuru. Paragalli bustled off it. McCarthy will pick it up and go back to Aganovich. Sweeping ball forwards in the direction of Ben Coop. Comfortably dealt with by Andre Parks. Across the back it goes with Menem, who looks to stretch his legs and get forward on that left-hand touchline. Still going is Harry Menem as well. He's run all of about 80 yards here. Cross is picked out by Svilagoy at the end of it. And now Belcardi will look to return serve. It's going to come straight back at them, though. Guntunis. All the way back to Levi Kay. It doesn't look like any changes at half-time from either side. We'll bring you confirmation on that very shortly. Saxon Hilliard's ball in the direction of Corey Cronin, just behind the Manly youngster. I say the Manly youngster like there's only one of them, but I can assure you there are plenty of them. Here's Jesse Perez. Back with Kay and Aganovich now. Giving Parks a bit of a puzzle to figure out here, and, well, he does well. Bit of a shove in the back of Paragalli there from Harry McCarthy, who throws his head back in frustration. Mariners keen to get on with things. Guntunis carries it forward, little flick on from Nyonkuru. Perhaps was intended for Paragalli, but Paragalli wasn't quite far forward enough to receive it. As we said, matches happening across the New South Wales NPL as we speak. Once again, if you don't want spoilers, block your ears now. Down at Sutherland, Marconi have just equalised, so that's 1 apiece down there. Of course, we are 1 apiece here at Plume. And at Christie Park, it's also, guess what, 1 apiece between Spirit FC and St George City. Our focus, of course, remains here very firmly on this one at Plume Park as Andre Parks getting there ahead of Ben Coop. Parite Cullen again playing his way out. Tupper. Little flick on for Shikluna. That's well worked from the Mariners. Tay Headley nearly left the ball behind there. Recovered his composure, though, and finding Harry Menem. Building nicely this from the Mariners. Shikluna. Menem's continued his foray forwards. Hanging ball into the area. All too deep in the end. Nyonkuru, the intended target, but all the way behind for a goal kick. Good to see a few familiar faces in the stands here as well, here at Plume Park. Mariners A-League head coach Mark Jackson, who returned from India only a couple of hours before this one kicked off, in fact. Keeping a keen eye on proceedings here. And, of course, good friend of New South Wales NPL and the New South Wales Football Leagues, Eric Subiano. Is there anywhere he doesn't go? Great to catch up with Eric, of course. Alawalia and Miguel Balza now. certainly enjoying a bit of a spell of possession here, Aganovich. Well, there's the curse of the commentator. As Tupper looks to release Tay Headley. Does well to keep it in play, does Tay Headley. Prayag Tupper. And Donny Neonkuru. Paragali. So Mariners turn to try and build something here. Ball in the direction of Harry Menem. Again, Lucas Shikluna showing off his fantastic range of passing. Harry Menem had just strayed fractionally offside though. Lucas Shikluna, of course, older brother Dylan, plays for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Has had some A-League minutes already. Back in the country after a few years at the Wolverhampton Wanderers Academy. Perez sweeping this one forward in the direction of Ben Coop. He's landed quite heavily on that shoulder, has Ben Coop. Andre Parks says, just get up, mate. He's very ginger, though, is Ben Coop. Keep your eye on that one. Here is Parks. Into the channel it goes for Headley. Smythe. Shikluna, captain today for the Mariners as well. It's their number 8. Guntunas striding forward and finding Neonkuru. Thought about going wide, turns inside and finds Lucas Smythe. Headley. Bodies flying everywhere, and in the end, the free kick going the way of Manly. Bit of bemusement in the stands at that decision. No real complaints from the Mariners. On the pitch, though. Levi Kay gets us back underway. Headley nodding that one forwards towards Hall. Shikluna again trying to get one in behind for Neonkuru. Good sliding challenge from Saxon Hillier. It had to be. Levi Kay was maybe in two minds about whether or not that was going to be judged a back pass or not. In the end, deciding to take the chance. Of course, it has to be an intentional pass from a teammate for it to be deemed a back pass, and Levi Kay making the right decision there. Miguel Balza trying to roll away from the challenge of Prayag Tupper. Tupper, the benefactor of that one, though. Andre Parks. Alex Guntunas. Prayag Tupper again, just bundled off it by Bilal Belkadi. Thought about protesting and then realised he is already in the referee's notebook, of course, Bilal Belkadi. It's a good turn from Shikluna. Well, just a sighter from the Mariners' number 8. Would have been spectacular from the 18-year-olds. Tay Headley and Jesse Perez nearly tangling there. Tay Headley is certainly feeling the after effects of that one. On we go with Belkadi. Here's McCarthy. Belkadi again. Bilal Belkadi. Oh, he doesn't score many. He didn't quite have his sights set there, Bilal Belkadi. Former academy product, so it would have been somewhat poetic had he managed to score his first goal in, I think, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years for Bilal Belkadi. He will have have a brief break in play here as Tay Headley receives some treatment. We can bring you live updates from elsewhere as well. Oh my days, Marconi have gone 2-1 ahead, right at the death. Down at Sutherland there, of course. Sutherland maintained that 1-0 lead for oh so long. Long it goes from Pariah Cullen. Just ran away from Paragalli. Oh, how's the technique from Jesse Perez to turn away from 2 or 3 challenges there. Now McCarthy looking to link up again with Perez. Mariners will win the throw. Jesse Perez, another one with connections to the Central Coast. His sister Sarah Perez plays at the Mariners Women's Academy there. Has done for a number of seasons now. Similar style players as well. Here's McCarthy. Little nutmeg on his opposite number 10 there in Lucas Smythe. He's up for this one today, is Harry McCarthy. Looking to release Alawalia on that far touchline. It's pretty comfortable for Harry Medham, who fires that one back upfield. Prayag Tapa, Shikluna. And then Shikluna at the end of it all, just rather unceremoniously dumped to the deck. Well, they still have a couple of other players to come back as well to the Mariners. Nico Duarte recovering from surgery. Sasha Kazevsky not far away from his return. Meanwhile, here's Bilal Belkani. Goes around the outside of Parks and looks to cut it back. Andre Parks, composed as you like. 17-year-old defending expertly. That's a pretty good piece of defending as well from his opposite number 4, Jesse Perez. Tay Headley was looking to release Lucas Smythe. Perez timed his challenge well. Smythe will pick it up here though. And again tangling with Perez. This time free kick going the way of Manly. Pretty keen to get on with it too. Here's Alawalia. Just moving side to side here are Manly, pushing and probing and trying to find an opening in the Mariners' defensive banks. Wide it will go for Alawalia. Now Miguel Baltha, the goal scorer. Adam Hall winning the initial challenge, but it fell at the feet of Alawalia. And now Baltha again, and Guntunis stepping forward from centre-back. Picking out a teammate as well. That's a handy ball out to find Lucas Smythe. Beats the first challenge. Thinks about the shot as well, Lucas Smythe. And so I think it's taken a deflection on the way through. In fact, no, he's just got it all wrong. Gave him the benefit of the doubt initially, Lucas Smythe, but it's just careened off the outside of his boot and out for a throw-in. I think in Sunday League terms, that's a carton. First change of the afternoon will be coming up for you here. Tay Headley taking his leave. It's been a very, as we said, busy, industrious performance from the Mariners number 12. He's replaced by the number 13 in Yanni Nassis. Shikluna sliding in, timing it perfectly. The pass wasn't measured though from Menem. Straight to the feet of Alawalia. Good challenge from Guntunis. Ball and all on Ben Coop. Alex Guntunis striding forward again. Around the challenge of Baltha. Cheap turnover though, and Belcardi now with a chance to put it into a dangerous area in the direction of McCarthy. Andre Parks had to get there and did. Formerly the Prince of Plume Park, Harry McCarthy, now the King of Cromer. Back heel from Lucas Smythe in the direction of Yanni Nassis. Harry McCarthy, nice touch from Manly's number 10 to keep that one in play. Couldn't quite pick up Ben Coop though. Paragalli, Parks, Mariners living dangerously. Trying to play their way out of tight spaces. They've just about done so. Smythe, little flick around the corner for Harry Menem is very tasty indeed. Square ball for Prayag Tapper, sizing up the shots. Blocked immediately by Aganovic and then headed clear to McCarthy. That's a loose touch though, uncharacteristic from Manly's number 10. Sliding challenge is just mistimed by Paragalli, and it's given Saxon Hillier a chance to get forward. Cronin now measuring the cross towards Miguel Balva. A couple of touches to find Alawalia. Clearance straight into the body of Miguel Balva as well. Well, eventually just about complete the clearance though. McCarthy between the lines, has a go as well. Well, he really wants that goal, does Harry McCarthy on his return to Plume Park. Seven goals last season for Manly's number 10. Just 22 years of age. Still a bright future ahead of him. 2 goals already this season so far, as we said. As far as I'm concerned, probably the pick for goal of the season in round 1 as well, in that 3-0 victory. Carrying it forward from his own 18-yard box, nutmegging a player and scoring from about 50 yards. Prayag Tapper, this is a bit of a concern for a player who's coming back from injury as well, the Mariners number 16. Just went down in back play there and he's receiving some treatment, but he's not moving very freely at all. He does not look comfortable on that right leg. So I think his day is done. The Mariners will be forced into their second change of the afternoon very shortly. In fact, they're going to be able to make it now, I think. Dylan Bryant-Cullen, maybe just a little bit too eager to get things on the move. Maybe not realising that his team was down to 10. So Prayag Tapper off. Jordan Small will come on in his place. A like-for-like replacement, that, for the Mariners. It's a good-looking ball as well in the direction of Ben Coop in a foot race with Parks. Ben Coop! He was maybe put slightly off balance by the challenge from the Mariners centre-back. Trying to roll it into that far corner. Couldn't quite find the targets. Dylan Bryant-Cullen happy to watch it wide. On we go. About half an hour or so remaining here at Plume Park, if you take into account added time. Paragalli again looking to release Neonkuru. Neonkuru driving into the area. Left-footed delivery is blocked. He'll have a second go at it, will Neonkuru. Dancing one way and the other and finding Paragalli. Picked out at the near post again and cleared. Well, only as far as Shikluna. His turn to burst into the area is brought down and they will go to the spot once more. It's fantastic work from Lucas Shikluna. Dancing his way into the area, such a tricky customer, technically brilliant. It's the 5th penalty the Mariners have won this season, and I'll tell you what, it's actually the first one that Don Neonkuru hasn't won. It will be Lucas Smythe to look to add his second of the day. Just heard a couple of comments in the crowd. Don't need VAR for that one. I think it's probably fair to say that as well. So Lucas Smythe with a chance to put the Mariners ahead here in the 65th minute at Plume Park. I'll tell you what, Lucas Smythe must absolutely have ice in his veins. Levi K guessing the right way, getting pretty good contact on it. But the sheer ferocity of the strike from Lucas Smythe proving too hot to handle. His 6th goal of the season, 5 of them from the spots. And the Mariners take a 2-1 lead here at Plume. We are going to see a change here for Manly following that goal. And it's a return to Plume Park for another familiar face here in Peter Kikeris. Recent signing, had some time at Rockdale Illingdon last season as well as Spirit FC. Arrives on the Northern Beaches, has 1 goal so far to his name this far, Peter Kikeris. It's another one with maybe a bit of a point to prove against his former club. Here he is, early touch for Kikeris, little layoff. Looking to link up with his former Mariners teammates in McCarthy. McCarthy was just pulled back there. Manly looking to hit back immediately after the Mariners put themselves ahead for the second time today from the spot. This is maybe a little bit too far out for McCarthy to think about trying the shot, but, well, he's scored from further out already this season, so instead just opts to look for the head of Aganovich. It will fall kindly for Kikeris. He'll go straight for goal. It's pinballing around everywhere. It's absolute chaos in the box, and Guntunis has seen enough. Anywhere will do. He's been very steely at the heart of defence. The Mariners' number 33, Alex Guntunis. As we said, the absence of Sher Deng this afternoon, who's been ever present at centre half for the Mariners this season. Guntunis and Parks proving more than capable so far. Levi K being kept honest there by Smythe. Here comes Jordan Small. Now, Yanni Nassis pops out kindly for Small. Didn't measure the cross correctly at all, though, and Kikeris wants to carry it forward out of his own defensive thirds. Just a throw in. Hillier, Pires, working their way across the pitch with McCarthy, who's immediately pressed by Neon Kuru, who wins it for the Mariners. Could it be Neon Kuru to add a third? Either side of Levi K, and it surely would have been a third for the Mariners and a second for the season for Donny Neon Kuru, but couldn't quite maintain his composure there, the youngster in front of goal. They will have a corner for their efforts, the Mariners. But I think it's fair to say Donny Neon Kuru should have the Mariners further ahead. Shikluna across to take. Headed clear of the near post by Jesse Pires. Michael Paragalli trying to get it straight back into the area for the Mariners. Cleared by Cronin, though, in the direction of Kikeris. Andre Parks was touched tight not giving Kikeris an inch there. Svilagoy and Neonkuru battling for it. Svilagoy winning out. Now Ben Coop. Kikeris with a bit of space to operate in this time. Wants to isolate Paragali. Paragali with a good sliding challenge. He feels that maybe it should have been a goal kick, but final touch off the Mariners fullback, and it will be another Manly United corner. Peter Kikeris across to take this one. In swinging delivery from the right footer. Hung up high and deep towards the back post. Rising was Gonzalez and cleared off the line in the end by Harry Menem. The massive bodies rising at that far post area. The ball in from Kikeris. Simply hung in the air for an age. Harry Menem, who's performed admirably today, as have the entire Mariners back four. I think it's fair to say they could be in trouble here, though. Rattling the woodwork. Falling kindly at the feet of Kikeris, who goes down. Stephen Lucas, unmoved by the claims, and the Mariners' life is certainly leading, well, perhaps even more than a charmed life. Cleared off the line, and then rattling the woodwork. All in the matter of a minute. Could that miss from Don Neonkuru return to haunt the Mariners? Cronin's got a bit of space on this left-hand side. If Perez can find him, well, you know what? He can't quite. It's a handy-looking ball from Jesse Perez, but Paragali read it well. And, well, his clearance, I think, has just landed in Arimba, the next suburb over. A couple in the crowd have gone searching for that ball. I think good luck. Meanwhile, back underway. Aganovic's ball forward in the direction of Hillier. Difficult one to reel in for Manly's number 6. Karai Cullen. Opting to just drive this one forward. Not interested in playing out from the back this time. Hillier's bundled off it. Yes, it will go. Yes, it will be a free kick. And Perez understands the assignment, understands the urgency. In the midst of all the chaos as well, we have had another Manly United substitution. Joe Fox has been introduced to the fray as well. One of the more elder statesmen of this Manly United side. Kikeris, well, I think that's maybe a bit of a get square. Not sure he realised that the initial challenge was actually from Jordan Small. Maybe just anyone in a yellow shirt was a bit of a red rag to a bull there for Peter Kikeris. This will suit the Mariners just fine. Yanni Nass's happy to take his time, getting back to his feet and soak up a few more seconds. Stephen Lucas, of course, indicating that the time will be added on. Now, Parks is under pressure and given Pariah Cullen a bit of a task, which he was equal to. Finding Yanni Nassas as well with the ball out. That's fantastic distribution. Here's Shikluna. And now Menem. Still Harry Menem. Wide it will go for Neonkuru. Dancing around a couple of challenges. Decent looking ball as well. Headed clear as far as Harry Menem. Harry Menem working his way into the area. Now Smythe. Blocked off by Hillier. And now Manly United look to counter punch. Slide rule ball from Kikeris in the direction of Cronin. Jeez, he's quick. the 27. Got there ahead of Paragalli, but Jordan Small even quicker. Header from Aganovic into the body of Adam Hall, who looks to be playing up top now alongside Lucas Smythe. Yanni Nassis operating on this right-hand side, and Don Neonkuru has switched across to the left. Just a slip there from Hall, and Aganovic has gone in fairly late, I think it's fair to say. Perhaps best described as I guess an agricultural challenge, that from Alan Aganovic, taking no prisoners whatsoever. Adam Hall feeling every bit of that challenge. And Aganovic just saying, welcome to senior NPL football. He was booked last week, of course, as well, Alan Aganovic. It's his third yellow card of the season. Shikluna. This works it short to Neonkuru. Oh, how's the feet from the number 11. Now looking for Hall. Didn't quite fall kindly for him, though. It's swept forward again from Parks. Lucas Smythe asking if there was perhaps a push in the back there from Alawalia. Instead, the linesman saying, well, even if there was, you're offside. Certainly got a very, very intriguing spectacle on our hands for the next 15 or so minutes. Don't you dare go anywhere if you were thinking about it. Neonkuru. Ball just ahead of Lucas Smythe. Perez puts his foot through it. Guntunis gets there first and second. Driven upfield in the direction of Lucas Smythe. That's going to continue to be an absolutely fascinating battle between he and Perez. Guntunis again going long in the direction of Smythe, and again it's a coming together between he and Perez. Final touch is indeed off Manly's number 4. And the Mariners with another opportunity from the corner. Two hands up from Shikluna. Driven in centrally. Should be fairly regulation for Levi K, and it is. Looking to release Kakaris. The ball was just a little bit too central for Manly's number 7, though, and that's easy for Dylan Pariah-Cullen, who will again just look to soak up a few more valuable seconds. Going long in the direction of Neonkuru. Perez was always favourite to get there first. Fox. Harry McCarthy. Fox again. He's a wily old player, is Joe Fox. That was a good turn to take him away from trouble there as well. Harry McCarthy has just dropped a little bit deeper now to try and exert a bit more influence on the game, perhaps. This is hung up in the direction of the towering Ben Coop, and that's a towering defensive header. The Manly faithful unhappy about it, but Stephen Lucas says, let's play. Levi K, well, you can see he's just trying to pick out Corey Cronin there. Ball instead just going straight into touch, and Manly will take this opportunity to make another couple of changes here as well. So off comes Alawalia and Harry McCarthy. It won't be a happy homecoming as such for Harry McCarthy this afternoon. they both take their rest for the evening. Bring you confirmation of their replacements very shortly as the Mariners again look to break into the area. Just cannoning off the head of Lucas Smythe in the ends. One of those changes, of course, Stefano Rossello. Featured in the earlier under-20s contest. 19-year-olds looking to add a bit more energy out there for the Northern Beaches outfit. The other change, of course, well, they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this one. Connor Rose, the ex-Wanderers Academy product. Making a good-looking run off the ball as well. Here is Connor Rose. Got there first as well. Here's Fox. Cronin. Forced back by Nassis, back to Aganovic, and all the way back to Levi Kay, who's playing sweeper-keeper now. Manly have about 10 or so minutes to try and salvage something from this one. Good advantage played by referee Stephen Lucas. They're queuing up for this one. Peter Kakaris arriving late, pulling it back for Rose, blocked. A well-worked move once again from Manly United, falling at the feet of Connor Rose. The Mariners' defence standing firm. Mariners, of course, just looking for just their second win of the season. House a pass from Lucas Smythe. I believe the kids call that absolute techers. Here's Neon Kuru. Speaking of techers, goes past 1, 2, 3 and 4, still going Neon Kuru. The pass is where he came unstuck, but it does fall kindly for Yanni Nassis. Now, Small. And across it will go. Shikluna, I think that is, operating in that wide area, and he's dumped to the deck by Rose, who's none too happy about the decision. Well, as the sun sets here at Plume, the temperature certainly plummets, but the action is definitely heating up for this last 10 or so. Jordan Small and Ben Coop tussling for it. Guntunis rising. Fox. Looking to switch the point of attack. Well, have to be careful that they don't rush things too much here, Manly. Aganovic. Fox looking to show off his range of passing. Wide it will go. Pulled back. Well, no one really in the hole there for Manly United, and the Mariners able to seize on it. Only momentarily, though. Yanni Nassis's pass didn't have the direction required. Alan Aganovic. Fox. Looking for the central route this time, Manly United, and it might pay dividends as they look to pull it back across the face. Ben Coop maybe just making his run a fraction of a second early. They'll get a second go here with Fox. Rose leaves it for Pete Kakaris. Pulled back across the face. Pops out in the direction of Saxon Hillier. Back heel there was intended for Kakaris, but too cute perhaps, and now Neon Kuru's in a foot race with Pires. Neon Kuru gets there first, Levi Kay gets there second, and Don Neon Kuru has maybe just left a little bit on the Manly goalkeeper there, and he will see a yellow card. Again, the pace of Don Neon Kuru proving very hot to handle. He's gone down with cramp here, and meanwhile there's another player down in the Mariners' 18-yard box as well. I think that is Andre Parks, in fact, who looks to be in some amount of discomfort here as well. This doesn't look good for the young centre-back. He's put in an absolutely mammoth shift alongside Alex Gontunis. Has Andre Parks. As we said earlier, such a highly rated prospect this young man is. Mariners perhaps just readying another couple of changes here as well. Players just taking the opportunity to take on some much needed fluids in the final 5 minutes. What is going to be an absolutely massive final 5 minutes of this one here at Plume. The good news for the Mariners is, although they're down to 10 for the time being, Andre Parks is back up and about, and now they return to their full complement of 11. It's a loose pass. It was intended for Fox. He let it run. Lucas Smythe picking up on that one, but running straight into a brick wall. Manly look to come forward once again through Rose. Looks up and delivers towards Coon! Ben Cooper's levelled it up right at the death here at Plume Park. Less than 5 minutes of regulation time to play. It's fair to say it has been coming. Shows his appreciation to the Ben Coop fan club here in the stands at Plume Park as well. And we're all square once again. It's back to the drawing board for the Mariners as they ring the changes for the final few moments of this one. Bring you confirmation on those changes in a moment. I know that Adam Hall was one of those to take his leave. It's a scything challenge there. Every challenge being applauded by the Manly United faithful. It was Saxon Hillier just diving in there on Yanni Nassas. I'm not sure either side would necessarily be happy with a point. Both sides looking for their second win of the season. Shikluna, sweeping delivery towards the back stick. Again, bodies falling everywhere. In the end, the flag's up for an offside anyway. Long it goes. Harry Medham getting there first. Thrown in towards Rose. Sliding challenge. And then a fantastic save from Pariah Cullen. The follow-up might just go out for a throw-in. It does. Pariah Cullen's pretty keen to get on with things. One of the changes who's just come on for the Mariners is the young number 19, Harvey James. As we see on this near touch line here, Paragalli with the throw. Good turn from Small and wants to go long. Straight at Jesse Perez, who's able to just settle things down a little bit here. It's going to be absolutely frenetic for this next few minutes, I am sure. In the direction of Kikeris. Paragalli's header only finding the number 39. Kikeris made a run into the channel there. It didn't find him. Here is an early touch for Harvey James. And ball and all challenge there from Fox. And then ball and a bit more challenge from Lucas Shikluna. Too forceful for Stephen Lucas's liking. And Lucas Shikluna will find his way into the referee's notebook. Another change for the Mariners, of course. Number 18, Adil Tosca, has been brought on. Manly United with another opportunity from this set piece. Kikeris' delivery. Back spinning. Flicked on arguments are plenty as to who got the final touch on it. It was a Mariners defender. And they're going to have some more defending to do here, the Mariners. About 30 seconds of regulation time left. Will either side be able to break the deadlock? We're no strangers to late drama here at Bloom Park, of course. Kikeris across to take the corner. Swept in, headed clear by Menham. Then hooked clear once again. No one forward for the Mariners, but Cronin getting there ahead of his counterpart in Adil Tosca, who in the end, in his eagerness to win the ball back, gives away the free kick. Amidst everything, Kieran Paul has also made his entrance into the fray for Manly United. There's Fox. We're going to see 5 minutes of time added on here as the regular 90 minutes has elapsed. Harvey James just too keen to try and force the issue there. And it's going to go long again in the direction of Rose. Effective pressure from Rose as well as he's one out. He's one-on-one with Paragalli. Clipped in, comfortable for Dylan Pariah-Cullen. Guntunis. And they get one wide. Once again for Smythe. Once again, Manly able to deal with the danger. Not once, but twice. It's well worked once again from the boys in blue. Cronin. Coop, who scored the equaliser just minutes ago, I should say. Kieran Paul. Kikeris, who's switched flanks now, seemingly. Here he is again. Peter Kikeris, wouldn't he love to be the match winner today? Looks to get the return pass as well. It was just a little bit behind him. He's got a handful of Jordan Small shirts. Referee Stephen Lucas says, on we go. And Lucas Shikluna striding forward centrally. Oh, Harvey James was offside. Lucas Smythe wasn't, but he was a long way behind the play. Tough one for Harry Menham to figure out there, and he's done well. Mariners can't advance past halfway. Well, they'll have the free kick just about on halfway. About 3 minutes or so of added time left to play here at Plume. And the Mariners have turned it over cheaply once again. Connor Rose might just benefit here from that. Dylan Pariah-Cullen doing very well indeed. Tresoglavic, who has also come on at centre half. Andre Parks looks like he's taken his leave for the afternoon. It was Tresoglavic who's cleared that, and decent feet on this near touchline from the Mariners winger. Jordan Small stepping in to try and win it back again for the Mariners. Just conceding the throw, though, against his opposite, number 6, Saxon Hillier. So many fascinating individual battles and tussles occurring out there throughout every minute of this one. Tresoglavic trying to head clear. Paragalli with a bit of an up and under, putting some snow on that one. Here's Small for the Mariners. Tosca. Back with Small. Menham measuring the cross towards Smythe. Levi Kay again favourite to get there and does, and pretty keen to get things on the move again and quickly as well. Guntunis, though, will rise to meet it. Nassus, how's the spin from Pete Kikeris? And finding Rose as well. Rose's cross straight into the legs of Tresoglavic. They're going to have another corner, though, Manly, with about a minute or so of added time left to play. all of a sudden the ball boys at Plume Park have all but disappeared. Eventually, Peter Kikeris does receive a match ball. And it will be Kikeris to swing this one in. So high and deep. Headed clear as far as Saxon Hillier, who wants to put it straight back in there. Tresor-Glavich says, no thanks. Cleared as far as halfway. Rosello with the final touch, and the Mariners on the move here with Small. Slide rule pass into the area as well. Smythe was stretching to reach it. But for the excellent intervention of Aganovich. Alan Aganovich with the final touch, and well, it's the Mariners' turn to deliver something from the late set piece. We're through the 5 minutes of time added on here at Plume Park. Near post delivery, flicked header, and it's flashed agonisingly wide. Well, Stephen Lucas has spotted a touch from a Manly player at the end of that, and the Mariners will have a second go at it here. They couldn't possibly, could they? Shikluna across to take. It will be an out-swinging delivery this time. Away is the scream. It's going to come straight at Levi K. And that will be the final action of this one here at Plume Park. A game that ebbed and flowed and swung from one end to the other. A real punch and counter-punch. A real ding-dong affair. 2 goals from the penalty spot to Lucas Smythe. Cancelled out by Miguel Bowther and Ben Coop. Scoring late to rescue a point for Manly United. Well, I have certainly thoroughly enjoyed this one here on the Central Coast in the Battle of the Beaches. I hope you have as well. But for me, Pete Pryor, it's bye for now.